So during afternoon, so then we are allowed just to go outing, to walk out from the monastery and walk around in the forest, in the farm, and this and that. And not far from the place, there's a castle, the old castle. But they don't allow people to go in because now they turn to be like a business school. Not far from my place, from Amaravati, the place of the name of the place, the forest monastery. Not far, about 45-minute walk. Among a beautiful our villa, there's a one villa. The name of that villa is Covet Corner, Covet, Covet Corner. So I wonder why this place has a name like this, the place Covet Corner, something like that. And so I asked people. Then the story is before that, back to maybe 100 years ago, something like that. The place that that now is a forest monastery is a temple, but before that there are school, the school for orphanage. But before their school, it used to be a nunnery, the place for the nun, Catholic nun. And not far from this place, the nunnery place, about walk one hour walking distance. There's a church, Catholic church. And so at that time, there are what kind there's a story, some kind issue, a loving issue, affair. So at night, a priest, he ride a horse, come to meet one of the nun in some place. But anyway, this hidden issue, hidden affair, be revealed. People know about the affair. So then, a couple, nun and priest, were caught up, and the way that they punishment for disguise or for wrong activities. So they put them into the corner of the old building, small building, and bury them by build a brick wall. You can imagine. They shut the both of them, the couple, nun and priest, in the corner and shut in and close and seal with the bricks. So then you see they build it alive. So they did. And that place name Covet Corner. So if in case we cannot overcome or fight with sexual desire, covetousness, so we may be buried alive. Even not with the brick that top up, but with some kind of the bad memories, or with some kind of the bad impression that people look at or they perceive, or even nobody know, but the one who do it, the one that who behave it, is a person who be witness. Covetousness, apisha, and after apisha followed by tomana. So people when say apisha and tomana, sometimes different, separate. But if we look closely, if we consider closely, desire first, right? When desire, strong desire, and so then behave or we run after the kind of the force. And so the outcome, the bad outcome or the bad karma is arise. And then after that, there domanassa of grief follow. Not grief for oneself, but grief for others. And in step 11, when we practice, so it means that we empower the mind to make the mind more, to make the mind in an equilibrium state. Not follow the emotion or not follow the momentum of pleasure and unpleasure, discard. So because discard covetousness and grief. And so the step 12. Step 12 is the outcome or the purpose of practicing Theta 3. Vimojayang Chittang. Vimojayang, liberating the mind. Vimojayang. Liberating not yet to the high state of liberating. But in the beginning, we liberate the mind. This kind of thing that coding the mind or contaminate the mind, unclouded the mind, make the mind that make the mind out of the state of brightness. Nivarana. You remember that I explained already. And so in the step 12, the outcome or the sequence of the step 12, the mind state. After discard from all kind of the contaminating, the nivarana, the mind state is come to the state of equanimity, upekkha. And the mind, the quality of the mind can say papasara cittang, illuminating mind, brightness mind, gradient mind, unconditioned mind. So this very close to the highest original mind, papasara cittang. And when come to this step, when finish the Theta 3, so the mind, the quality of the mind is quite fit or get ready for the job or for the work, for the meditative practice in the area of vipassana. And so this we can say that Theta 1, 2, 3, we practice in the area or in the scope of samatha bhavana. Samatha bhavana. So then in samatha bhavana, you need an object to focus with. Samatha bhavana, something like formal, the formal practice, formal method or formal procedure that process to practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. And from Theta 3, we come to the fully samatha. So the outcome from samatha bhavana we can say that attained by focusing the attentiveness, focusing the object. So from Theta 3, I think that better to talk about the state of jhana. Next slide. Okay, the state of jhana absorption. Now we still on the area of scope of samatha concentration. But before we come to the jhana or high level, I'd like to introduce or explain the level of concentration. In this level, you can say that the basic concentration. The basic concentration have some certain power, but not high enough, not go to the highly stage. And from the level of basic concentration, we can bring to check up our state of practicing. The first one, number one, momentary concentration, kanika samadhi, kanika, moment by moment. In this stage, you have some concentration, but in not strong, in very mild level. And it's come and go, moment by moment. For example, sometimes when you sit, it seems that you can sit still, you can focus your attention on the object, but not too long. So then your mind is wandering, thought or thinking is come up. Because this shows or means you still in the state of momentary concentration, kanika. Hop in, hop out, in and out, in and out. For this level, this can happen in our daily life, not necessarily to meditate or to practice. You may experience or you may notice that in some time when you sit within some place that very quiet and very nice and quiet place, and nothing to worry or have to do, you just sit without thought or thinking in any particular issue, and that's it. If you check in your mind, you feel peace. You can feel peace. You can feel peace, and it seems that you can focus in anything is clearly. But it's not too long, just come and go, because your power is still weak. Or in the sense that you are assigned to do a job, to finish a job within a very short deadline. You have just to complete it. So what you do, you have to focus all of your attentiveness, your concentration up on the job or the object in front of you. I can compare when you try to put a thread through a hole of the needle, or when a cat looking at the mouse in the case of to chasing. At that time, you can say they come to the fully concentration state until not pay attention to something around. Focus in only one object. But once that you complete your job, your task, or once there are some other something to distract your concentration, so then it's gone. So number 2, upajara samadhi, access concentration, upajara. This you gain from formal practice. Access in the sense of connected. Your access internet. And in this case, your sense organs, eye, ear, nose, body, something like that, can connect with the world outside. Your sense organ is open for the sense object. Even it seems that time that you feel, it seems that you can go to deeper stage, have some concentration, but somehow your sense organ is still function. So during this stage, you may hear the sound or something that you intend to, in the sense that it's your intention, instead of to choose to pay attention. For example, during sitting, even you are in the state of concentration, but you can hear the bell, or you can feel, or you can notice there's something moving around you. But in the sense of you don't pay any attention. Because you choose to focus your attention, your awareness and mindfulness with the object that you are doing. And step 3, you practice, you gain more deeper concentration. And in this stage, Ānāpānasati attainment. Attain. Attain, you absorb with the energy or the vibration of stillness, but energizing, a concentration energy. And in this case, your sense organ may shut down. Don't pay attention. It seems that you go deeper. It seems that you can cut off the world outside for a while. In this case, when I talk or I teach in my retreat with the Westerner, I compare to make it simple to understand. I compare in the state that suppose that you do diving, diving, a sport diving, go to jump and go deep in the ocean or the sea. So for the deep diving, and you go deep into the sea or ocean, at the time it seems that the surrounding is very quiet silence, but not feel frightening, but instead feel peace, feel release, cannot hear anything. But with consciousness, you know that how long that you can stay underwater. And then you know that when that you will emerge out, you can bring your body up to the surface. The same in the state of Appana attainment. Within a quiet state, but not darkness, quiet, but sometimes it seems brightness. Then you have fully consciousness to know that when it seems that you run out of the power, so then you emerge out. Or it seems that it's something that you have just to come out, to connect to the world again. So then you bring your consciousness up to the upajara, to access. So in state 3 attainment, cannot gain a wisdom of panya, but not only concentration. If you want to do some kind of reflection or investigating, come up to access concentration, upajara samadhi. And when your concentration is gone, then the level of concentration is low of mind, momentary khanika samadhi. And when you have to do duty, to do function, you have to do activity, then maintain the state of fully consciousness, awareness, and mindfulness. So from the attainment concentration, Appana Samadhi. So in this state, you have enough concentration power to go further, to attain in more higher, high level of meditative states of deep inner peace, of jhana, absorption in English, absorption. So when talk about jhana, or before the jhana. From the beginning level of concentration or upajjhara or appana, as I said before, that you can use this concentration for antidote the nirvana. But if your power is not strong enough, then we have to bring up some external aid, tool or object to antidote with or just to cover with. And that kind of an external object that we choose to appropriate a proper with any kind of a nirvana, sensual pleasure, ill will, sloth, trouble, tinamita, restlessness, and vichikicha, doubt. So that we have a particular aid or object to use to antidote a particular hindrances, and that those objects that we use intentionally, we call energy force aids or tools. The forces tool that you have to bring up with purpose, with particular purpose, bring up the power energy that you bring up to fight with, to antidote with. For example, asubha, metta, or what kind? Sati, mindfulness, or concentration. But once you practice and you gain some kind of high level of concentration, you come to the state of what called jhana. And in this state, the power of concentration can let out all nirvana without using some external or energy force aid. Okay, come back to jhana, meditative state of deep inner peace. So there's two spheres, two main spheres in jhana, rupa jhana and arupa jhana. Rupa jhana, there's four states. The five material sphere, material. So then in this sphere or in this state, there still needs some object. But the object or material in this jhana, because the concentration power, the high level of concentration is very refined. It's so very refined, very profound. So material, the object that used for focusing, to maintaining the concentration should be the material that are very refined. I can say maybe an invisible form, rupa jhana, and I talk about this later. And arupa jhana, so the higher four states of jhana, arupa, so in this case, no, don't want any kind of material to focus with, the formless or immaterial sphere. You can find more detail in Tika Nikaya and Apatikawa. Because for me, I tell you that it's out of my scope. It's out of my compatible to explain. But anyway, I give you the idea or like the what definition of arupa. So we come to rupa jhana. We can finish within 10 or 15 minutes and then we have a break, or you have any question. So we come to the first state of rupa jhana. And as we know that in rupa jhana, there are four states. And the first state we call Pathama jhana or Pathoma jhana in Thai. Pathama jhana, the first stage of rupa jhana. After you pass like Kanika Samadhi, Apajara Samadhi, Appana Samadhi, and seeing that your meditative state is higher, have more power, refined power. So you're going to entering the jhana, the first stage of jhana. And the first stage of Rupa jhana composed of or comprised of 5 aspects there are 5 qualities or qualification. First one is Vitakka, theme of contemplation or applied thought. A thought in this term, not thought of thinking that is come like a proliferating or have some kind of worldly story, but the thought or some theme or the thought or the method. Vitakka, theme of contemplation, applied thought. And number 2, Vichara, contemplation around the theme or sustained thought. There's one meditation teacher. He's my teacher as well. Ajahn Basano. He's the Western monk ordained under Ajahn Charlanish Theravada. He used the word lift up in the first stage. Lift up, lifting up. So Vitakka, apply thought. The first is you apply the technique, the theme of contemplation, the theme of instruction or guideline. Apply. To apply, it means you have to know, to train and experience Vitakka. And from Vichara, after you apply, after you practice, you train, you have some experience, and it seems that it's more not too difficult. You can stay tuned with the theme of practicing. What only do in this state Vichara is sustain your attentiveness upon the object or the thought. Sustaining. I can compare the number 1, number 2 with the technique of Ānāpānasati. Number 1, Vitakka is similar to following. Apply that. You following. You know you follow the in breath and out breath. You apply the instruction or the way of practice. Not only to make use of the technique to apply, but you have to contemplate, you have to investigate, to make it Vitakka until your team of practicing is more smooth. It's become like a more natural way. It seems that you get familiar with the way of practicing. From following that, you start to know that about your breath, both kaya, your breath and your body, and how it's affected, how conditioned, and then you know that how to put some effort in a proper level. Sometimes you may use calibrate or manipulate a bit. The purpose is try to stay tuned with the practice. And number 2, can compare with guarding, observing at the point. So in this case, after Vitakka, then come to Vichara, sustaining the method, the way of practicing. So from following and observing. So 1 or 2 you have to do sometimes swap for Vichara, and it seems that you cannot sustain your attentiveness. So come back to following, to vitakka, to contemplating again, until it seems that you can do it, and your team of practice just go on, follow instructions on the track on its own accord. So we just only sit and observe, or to be like the observer. In this case, we don't have no more intervene or interfere the process. Then number 3, piti. The feelings come up or arise in the sense of fulfillment, in the sense of satisfying, energetic, or exciting a bit. If the level of fulfillment is strong, it becomes exciting. So your piti, your amount or your quantity of piti is strong until it can manifest your body, have some kind of a particular expression. Some feel that you're jumping, floating. Your body is swaying. It's strong level, instead of exciting. But some experience piti in very mild, level. You just feel that you feel more energetic. You feel that you come gladness, satisfying. After some certain time or a long term of struggling in 1 and 2 vitakka vichara, following and observing and this and that. So in this stage, you will gain the good feeling, piti, exciting, of fulfillment or satisfying, and have some energy, more active, right? More active. And from piti, because it's exciting, it's strong, it's some kind of moving vibration, in strong vibration. So the next is just to from the strong vibration is fading, or the lower down, calming down, to be a sukha, joy and bliss, sukha of passaddhi, refined happiness. And in this case, your body start to be more still, stillness, firm, and your feeling is not go high too much, not go up high, but you absorb or overwhelmed with the good vibration, a refined vibration, sukha. And in this sukha, can say that sukha, attain happiness, and what kind, and can sense or can feeling with the body expression. And so number 5, the last one, ekakata. After feelings, and then the feeling is just calming down, tranquilizing, is more stable. So the mind is more in the center, state of tranquility. The mind go in the center to to accumulate or to reserve the power, concentration power in one pointness mind. And if one practice and complete the 5 qualification or the 5 aspect, vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekakata. So this to confirm that you attain the first stage of rupachana. But during practice, you gain only sukha, have refined happiness. You feel happy with your stillness body, with your the stillness feel not, but still have some kind of the good vibration. The mind still have the moving a bit. It seems like the little wave around the surface. You not complete the first stage Apathamachan yet until your mind is still in a state of tranquility. And so you attain the first stage of Rupachana. And the higher chana, the higher level is it means the less quality of or the factors of the stage. The first one have a 5 quality of 5 aspects. And so the higher is Tutiya Chana, the second state. Number 1, number 2 is disappear. Vitaka, Vichara. Just only Vedana, Piti, Sukha, Ekakata. And then the next is the third stage, Tatiyashana. The strong feeling, the exciting or satisfaction, energetic feeling is disappear, is fading away. So only Sukha and Ekakata will be left. And in this state, maintain the Sukha, the refined happiness with the stillness mind. And the highest stage is Jatutatthana, Ekakata or Upekha. I come to the state, can say that neither pleasure nor unpleasure, no more covetousness and grief. And so this is the first stage of Shana. Then have a break for 10 minutes. Any question? And after that, I think I have some explanation from another sutta. It comes from, I think some of you have heard before or know before about the talk about the Sammasati. Samma Samadhi is in Ariya Athankika Magga. I will come back, and so 10-minute break. Any question? Or then or just we take a break and come back. If you have questions, so then you can do it. And I will explain. I have bring some explanation from Samma Samadhi. Okay, if no one would like to say something, then I ring the bell and take a break 10 minutes. Have something to.
Maechee, yes, may I question about the Nirodha step? Nirodha step, na? Nirodha.
Nirodha step.
Yes, yes, related to the group 3, yes, because in my opinion, Nirodha step is very important point before Nibbana, right? Yeah.
Yes, what you said in Ānāpānasati, Nirodha is in the chapter 4, not yet. Viraka Nirodha, yes, I haven't explained yet. This we still in we still in a samatha, right? And then from samatha, when you learn, you understand all all nature and about the samatha. We move on to chapter 4, right? Anicca, Viraka, Nirodha, and Patinisattha, right? Okay. Okay. So just waiting. Tomorrow you will attend Nirodha. Okay. Now just be concentrated. We in a concentration state, right? Okay. So 10-minute break.
Yes. Ajahn?
Yes.
May I ask you a question?
Please.
Yes, thank you for your teaching. My question is if concentration and awareness are always together, or it can be sometimes that you have concentration without awareness.
You can do so go to high level, and so awareness is transferred in we call intuitive awareness. Intuitive awareness, but awareness for a general is mean you have to be aware, right? Good intention. But once that you practice more, so then this mindfulness, of course, mindfulness is the best. It's the basement already, but for awareness, it becomes like an intuitive awareness of the fully consciousness, right? Then from the one asked me about Nirodha. Actually, I talk a Nirodha in Ānāpānasati. This means that's a kind of vimutti. You may know that. I think you asked me about Nirodha Samabati in concentration in Shana. And the Nirodha that I'm going to explain is we move from insight wisdom to kind of a vimut. And for Nirodha Samabati, or Nirodha that you asked me, only have to gain from, you come from Arupa Chana also.
Okay.
When talk about Arupa Chana, I don't put it on my file because my slide I sent it last week, and after that I just do my homework and I add up something, and so I have no time to send because after from the last week I stay for one day and come back to my center that now you hear. So I'm do online. My center is a library. It is a library in Suan Mok International Dharma Meditation, the place that I conduct. I have a meditation retreat with some other teachers. So from today, tomorrow, when finish this subject, so I continue my job as meditation teacher in 10-day meditation retreat from the beginning of October, and it's finished last on 11 October, and then have some kind of invitation for Katina. And so November, the beginning of November, I was invited to visit in a meditation center and with this organization in Korea, Junto. So it's Mahayana. So 1 week over there. And now, so come back to our class. So then slide number 4 talk about Arupa Chana. I just give you some explanation, but sorry, I don't have a slide, but you can find it later on. Because someone asked me about Nirodha or this and that you have some kind of knowledge in Samatha and Vipassana. Even not the same technique, but if you understand the core content and apply, you can make it work together, because some of explanation bring from the early text or early sutta and some later commentary that might be useful if someone go to do for pariyata, gain from knowledge, not only a patipatti of practice. So talk about arupa. So then for your reference. And after the meditators finish the rupa, the 4 states of rupa chana, and in this time, so the outcome of what again is one pointed mind that I said that is quite really strong and powerful. So practice until come to the arupa chana, and this time no more materials to focus with. The formless sphere or immaterial, have four states. First one, Ākāsānāñjayatana, sphere of infinity of space. And so the first one in Arupa. So contemplate or focus in space, infinity, no boundary. Ākāsānāñjayatana, and boundless space, space, right? Infinity of space. And this they expand or they extend the power into like a circle, like a hairy around, no boundary, no more a particular object to work with. And the second is sphere of Viññānañjayatana. Ayatana, ayatana is the sense organs, sense doors. Sphere of infinity of consciousness. So in this sphere, number two, contemplate in consciousness. And then number one is something like outward, right? Space. And number two is consciousness. Start with inward consciousness. Viññānañjayatana. Conscious and knowing, realizing. And number three, Akinjanyayatana, sphere of knowledge. Akinja, lofty. Just only the power of high concentration exists. Now, I'm sorry for if I'm explained not in the correct way. This is for my own study and my understanding. It's not my experience. And the last one, Sanjayatana, sphere of neither perception nor non-perception. Sanya, perception, memories or remembering or this and that. And that's why we heard story about the yogis or rishis can maintain the postures without moving for days, for months, or some can for years. Neither perception nor non-perception, but not in the dying or death stage, still alive. But the function of the body and the mind, it can do a very less, a little function. So we can say, have perception or don't have, is between neither perception nor non-perception. And this about Arun. And in this state, Nirodha Samapati. And from this, with a point of a tappa or highest concentration power, chana, kind of concentration, the chana power. So this can burn out or define this. Burn out or impurity, inclination or anusaya, inclination or tendency. And so this can, and this one in this state, Nirodha Samatha, can gain remote or reparation. But for my scope of a teaching in Ānāpānasati, so then do both Samatha and Vipassana. And so Nirodha that I'm going to explain is Nirodha or extinguish by fully understanding. Okay, next slide. Nivarana again, and this number hindrances why? Because next one. Let's see what else. Chana as outlets of Nirvana. Okay. In this slide, actually there are three more. It form exercise of Ānāpānasati in advanced explanation. Because at the beginning or general, we talk about the 5 hindrances, right? Kamacchanda, Payabhat, Tinamita, Uddhacca, Kukucca, Vicikicca, and there is some energy for the 8 of the object that we bring intentionally to antidote with. But once we come to gain some kind of attention or chana, and this case, we don't use any kind of the forces, the aid to cope with or to put it away, to let out. But we use the power of chana in each factors or in each aspect to let out the hindrances. Particular factors of chana to antidote or let out in particular hindrances. It doesn't mean that you can use the concentration power or chana to antidote all kind of hindrance. This one factor is compatible or suitable for one obstacle. It seems like that you have many tools, you have many useful tools, but we have to use our wisdom, our experience to pick up, to choose the particular tools to fit to work with some particular of the job or the task. The same as is this case. So from the 5 hindrances, the first one, Kamacchanda, outlet by Ekakata, Vekha. And number 2, Payabhata, ill wills by Piti. Number 3, Tinamita by Vitakka. Number 4, Uddhacca Kukucca by Vichara. And number 5, Vicikicca by Sukha. So if we just make it a consequent by number of chana, the first faculty or the first quality is vitakka and the second is vichara. So then in the early stage of Patamachana, vitakka and vichara can antidote or can let out the sense of drowsiness, sleepiness, chinamita, and as well of agitation or restlessness. Because during practice, you focus attention on the vitakka and vichara, apply thought and sustain thought. So your attention, your attentiveness is busy because you have the fully work to do. Right? And in this case, no time or no gap or no space for this kind of hindrance to come to disturb the mind. And when you are during in the chana, even though it's a beginning or the first stage, you may experience that your mind is have more alert, active, right? More bright. That why it's called uplifting stage. Uplift the mind. So sleepiness or drowsiness, both body tiredness and mental tiredness is gone because it's let out by vitakka and for vichara is a more refined state of contemplation or meditation. Vichara sustain is mean just try to try to maintain or sustain the state, the theme of practicing. And so with this kind of slow or refined, so then this can antidote the fast action, the fast movement in restlessness or agitation. Then the first benefit that you gain, you feel more bright, more waking up, vitakka, vichara. And the next one, piti. This kind of the good feeling, and the good feeling, wholesome feeling in piti. So can antidote the aversion, the strong negative feeling, ill will, aversion. It's some kind of the heat. The feeling of aversion, it seems like you set a fire in your mind. It heat. But the piti is the good vibration. You overcome with exciting or satisfaction or energetic. And so this kind of the heat or this kind of strong feeling in negative way, because you have a strong feeling in positive way to cover with or to cope with. And from strong feeling it's fading to be mild one. Sukha, number 5, sukha. And from sukha is refined happiness, bliss, and joy. And your mind state is overwhelmed with or attained with the sense of what kind of pleasure of fulfillment. No doubt, no more doubt. Because you learn, you have self-experience, you have self-realize, you realize it all. This is the outcome. This is the benefit, the purpose of meditation practice. Sukha, happiness. Then no more doubt why I have to practice, and if and should or should not, or the sense of uncertainty, don't know that why I have to do this, do that. You see the path more clearly. You have more determination. No more doubt. And the last one, ekakata. And in this ekakata, it means your mind is very firm, is stable, strong enough until you can fight fit or you can overcome the strong feeling of the strong pleasure, sensual pleasure or sexual pleasure, kama shanta. Because in this kind of pleasure, kama is the way that you can fulfill this pleasure by using your sense organ. Kama kunha, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body. But when your mind is firm enough, your mind is in the center, in stillness. Since your sense organ is can control or can be settling down, and so not allow the sense to open in random way to catch up or to match with any kind of sense object. So this is the antidote or let out the pleasure, sensual pleasure or sexual pleasure, covetousness. And grief is evil aversion by piti. And this explained by Patisampikama, the path of discrimination, translated by Ānāpānasati. This in English aversion. And the way I explain, I try to understand and make it in my own explanation. So if you want to trace back and you wanted to see more detail, actually it's not, there's no more detail, it's just a kind of it. You may study by your own wisdom or your own discernment, but trace back to the text of the sutta. Any question? If not question, let's see what is the slide. This is slide that I'm going to end for this morning session. Symphony of the soul. said in the Sutta number 169. Sign, in-breath, out-breath are not object of a single cognizance. Listen is mind. One knowing not these three ideas does not obtain development. But sign, in-breath, out-breath are not object of a single cognizance. One knowing well these three ideas can then obtain development. So to the bhikkhu, sit, having established mindfulness as the nose tip or on the upper lip, without giving attention to the in-breath and out-breath as they approach and recede. Though they are not unrecognized by him as they do so, and he manifests endeavor, viriya effort, comes out attack and achieve a distinctive effect. Attack gain concentration. So this explained in the state of the guarding or observing, no more following. Sign in this case mean the focal point. But for this course, it compare with what kind? The carpenter or the one who work to cut the tree, and the tools or the edge is saw. Right? So the job is they put the saw placed on the tree trunk. So the trunk put on the ground. Can compare with a boy. And so this man put the saw in the point that he wanted to cut it into pieces. And from the point that the saw touched the tree, then he proceed and recede. It means he pushed the saw outward, in and out, back and forth, back and forth. And for this case, he's no more pay attention while the saw is moving back and forth or in and out. He just focus his attentiveness, put his effort in the place, in the point that the saw touching and the tree. Compare with a practice, it means the sign is the focal point. Especially in Ānāpānasati, the focal point is about here, the nose tip nose. That at the beginning, the original sutta, they said, put the mindfulness forefront. The forefront. The forefront it means the focal point. And so in this time, after following, then we don't follow. But if the one who practice don't understand, so then they cannot gain the outcome or distinctive effect. Because they try to follow the breath in and out again and again. Even if sometimes it seems that you cannot follow, but you still that bring the object up and follow again, then you just practice on the step 1, step 2, step 3, cannot get further. But once you understand that the focal point, in breath and out breath, are not the same for the mind, just to put attention. So in Ānāpānasati, that's why it's divide in 16 steps, in and out. But actually together there are only 8 steps. But each step they divide in two phases, in and out. So then it becomes 16 steps. Why not only one breath? But if you understand the nature of in-breath and out-breath, it's not the same. It gives you some experience about. It gives you a different, distinctive the sensation when you follow. The in-breath, when you're breathing in or inhale, there is something like the sense of pushing in, right? You bringing in, you bringing in the air, like this. But the effort when you do out breath is different. The out breath of exhale is something that you push out, you bring it out. So the sensation is different. If you practice and you observe, and then you will experience. In breath and out breath give different the body sensation. For example, in breath, when you go in breath, it seems like you pull in the air, and your chest, your body is expand. And when you do out breath, your exhale, breathing out, your body is extract. That's why in meditation, because the object we use is very refined, moving refined object. Our breath is refined and also as well as moving as well. And the nature of the theme of moving in and out is different. If one does not understand, when focus attention to the breath, just one round of just breath like this, and cannot see the difference of each breathing in and breathing out, cannot find the point to focus with. So that means this cannot go further. One knowing not these three ideas does not obtain development. So sign, just a sign. Inside, in this case, focal point. But some in advanced state, up on the side, you can have some kind of nimitta. The spiritual side that create or recreate with the mind intention. So sign, some just experience the sign for the focal point at the fourth one. You can feel entering point. You can feel the sensation when the air in and out. But if one practice more, and you may you can attain the mitta that I explained already. The mitta of that the mental object. So mental object and the point should be related. So if one experiences a nimitta or mental object, you may notice that mostly it's become in front or in some place around the point. And you can bring it move forward and move closely. Is up to you that if you can manipulate. But some may ask that you can feel some strong sensation, or it seems that your point is not in the entering point. But rather instead is in somewhere between your eyebrows that we call the third eye or wisdom eye. So many that who practice in an art technique can feel that this is your focal point. And you can have some nimitta, mental image arise in front of your forehead or in the area that so-called wisdom eye or the third eye. That's okay if you're sure that this is your point. So just do it. But anyway, have only one point to focus. Then you have to check and to make sure that what is your distinctive point that you can guarding at, or you can note, or you can contemplate. So you have to try to make sure to do it again and again until you have one only point. Even sometimes you can feel some other point, but in the sense of it's mild, in the weaker, not as strong as the point. Then that's the main point. So sign in red, out red. If not understand, so then cannot obtain develop. So this is come from the sutta. It's the Simai of the soul. Yes. I think that we have about 15 minutes. Do you have any question? Because in the afternoon, okay, afternoon, I talk about the Dhamma group that very close connected with meditation practice. Okay, any question or maybe not at these today's slide, maybe from previous slide or anything that you want to ask. You may ask from as beginning stage or as a preparatory stage or to make sure or to confirm your understanding. You want or would like to share some experience, because what you gain, what you achieve, we call it self experience, self realization. There are quite a unique personal practice. So information, instruction or teaching is mostly like a general teaching or general instruction by using what we call the worldly language. Ajahn Puttathasa, the father of Sunmo, he always said that the way of communication, the language, there are two kinds of language. In Thai, he said ภาษา language ภาษาคน ภาษาธรรม ภาษาคน the language that used by a mundane people or the worldly people, the worldly language. And ภาษาคน from my understanding, is all about condition. Explanation or give example, this and that. And the next, the highest language, Dhamma language, Masat. And in this language is the way to approach, the way to realize is above or all kind of condition. So then there's not any worldly language to explain the Dhamma phenomena in the most accurate way or profound way, very close to the meaning or definition. And once one attains to the state of above of condition, so then there are no explanation, cannot explain, cannot cannot explain, cannot give definition. Just only know by unique experience, self-realization, self-experience. But anyway, during on the way of practicing or the way of training, pariyatti knowledge is important. It's something like information, the backup information or the guideline to compare or to relate it. And then the one who learn, there's a practice, patipatti. Practice follow the pariyatti or practice from the instruction, even it comes inภาษา คน or worldly language, but it's still useful, it's meaningful when you start to practice. And so the more you practice, the more you realize that the more that you know that the explanation is not enough. The information sometimes cannot give you the soul or the total solution. So you bring some part of explanation or some part of the guiding to check with, to work with your own experience during your practice. And many Kuba Ajahn teaching is quite important. It's very precious. It's important. Or can be it's a heart of practice. But the knowledge from Kuba Ajahn, the wisdom from Kuba Ajahn, they gain from their own experience. But if we don't understand, we bring all without selective or without just to a collective to mix and match for our own inclination, our own preferable or our own style of practice. So you may experience that it seems that cannot go further. Even this create more faith, sattha, and more faith or can encourage your practice. But the way, the outcome, the result, if only arrive from the one who practice. So in the way of training, we have to do 3 aspects. Pariyat, the way that you learn, the way that you try to searching for the outsource, the information, the Kuba Ajahn, the master teaching, or from the text or commentary, and bring it to practice. And of course, you gain outcome, gain some kind of achievement, motivated. And we understand that the level of motivator is many levels, start from beginning until to the highest achievement or fully achieved. Just only when you start to sit and you practice and see that you feel that you have more peace, or can you have learned how to more patient. You learn how to extend your patience or your threshold. You can just stay firm in any kind of situation or condition that come towards you, both positive and negative. You know how just to transfer your feeling in wholesome way, how to replace the wholesome and or positive object to chasing or to let go or to let out the negative object or a negative phenomena or something that happened in the mind. This called attainment patiwet, or less anger, or you still have some angers that have some some kind of unprofitable, but then you realize on time, and then you can come back to gain to maintain or to gain your equanimity or your equanimity state faster, instead of you linger on or attach with some kind of a feeling or the mood or anything, the body condition that make you that can create some unwholesome state of body and mind. But you know how to move on faster. You know how to detach from the thing that you used to attach. Even temporary let go is still is better than it's a way to practice again and again and again. And so, sorry, one of masters said during practice, what he said, dukkha or suffering is for the one to be, but happiness is for the one to see. So during the path, of course, you have to accept the pain, the suffering. both body condition or mental condition of feeling. Just to know it, to know Pachanati, to know. When practice until gain some sukha, the good feeling, the good vibration, the state of have more patience. So happiness is for the one who sees. If you understand, you see in the sense of realize, understand, so that happiness comes toward you all by me. Then pain is just a pain. No pain, no gain, right? Question? If no question, so then I check to add because I think I come too far from my scope of teaching. And what about the method of Bhavana? Actually, last year I have one session that Ajahn Mahavirasak assigned me. The subject is a part of method of mindfulness practice or something. But I'm not sure that this year I will be assigned for that topic on because at the topic I go deep more deep in about a practical thing. But anyway, the purpose of syllabus of this program, mindfulness, right? Mindfulness, to be mindful and state, maintain state, fully state, and sampajanya, mindfulness and awareness. The what that you learn maybe is advanced, but if you think that is quite a benefit, useful as a knowledge, so then you just take it, just collect, bring it. But if you think that you are not yet interested, then you just listen to gain some kind of tip or some kind of some point that you can make use of and if it big. Anyone would like to ask? The afternoon that I'm going to talk about is some kind relate of my assignment. My meditation is life, and I'm talking about why I said why there's the saying that meditation is okay,นะคะcheck that how many. Thank you for your you have 26 participants. So the one who disappeared, please come back on time. The time that who will have achieved your attendance. Otherwise, you have no grade. Not only learn for knowledge, but there is some kind of condition to get certificate. You have to get a good grade, marks as well. ใครค่ะไม่แล้วเนาะ Okay, because someone just play like this isn't enough, Ajahn. So I see you 1 o'clock.